evening. Of course, first in the house is Lily G, my twin sister. Hey, sis. I thought you were going to miss it because you took off and went somewhere. So on Thursday next week, I will not be doing a meeting. I am going out of town. So no meeting on Tuesday. Or on Thursday, I mean. Sorry. Just a minute, guys. Don't get dizzy on me. Where'd my gun go? What the heck? There it is. I found it. Sorry. Thank you, Lily, for letting me know that you can see me and hear me. For putting a 1 in your chat. Oh, we went and grabbed dinner. What's for dinner? Anyways, today is AA day. I have been kind of lazy the past few days. I haven't been doing a lot of my walking. It's just been really, really hot, so I haven't been doing a lot of walking. Yesterday, I think I walked once. Or did I go twice yesterday? Maybe I did go twice yesterday. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still walking, but the past few days I've slowed down a little bit because it's extra hot. And I don't want heat stroke. I already have enough going on. But thank you, Lily, for sharing out the meeting. Appreciate that. So it is an AA day, and I'm Sandra, and I'm an alcoholic. I've been a recovering alcoholic for almost 11 years. So, why do these meetings? To help the next alcoholic who still suffers, or help a family member, help someone that is suffering. So yeah, I got the gift for free, so I give it for free. Anyways, please be respectful in the chat. No judging each other. Don't go to other people's pages and harass them. Like I said, just because they're here doesn't mean that they are the alcoholic. So other than that, just you're welcome to chat. And if you don't feel comfortable being in chat, I completely understand. That's what I like about doing these meetings is you can stay out of the chat and not in the video of anything, unless if that is something you choose to do. All I ask is just hit the like button and subscribe. But I don't expect you to do any of those. Just, it is for help, not anything for any other reason why I do these AA meetings. But anyways, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I always put in the description what book we're reading, the storyline, the step, the tradition, all of it's there. in the description, along with the page number that we are on. I get the steps and stuff out of the front of the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions book, which is what we're reading right now. And I have the steps all memorized. I just not the traditions yet. So, but anyways. 1. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore sanity. 3. Made a decision to turn our will and our life over to the care of God as we understood Him. 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our own. 6. We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defective characters. 7. Humbly ask Him to remove our shortcomings. 8. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10. Continue to take personal inventory and when wrong, promptly admit it. 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Traditions, because we are in the traditions right now. Why I'm reading them. 1. Our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. 2. For our group purpose, there is but one ultimate authority, a loving God, as He may express Himself in our group conscious. Our leaders are but trusted servants. 3. The only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. 4. Each group should be autonomous except in matters affecting other groups or AA as a whole. 5. Each group has but one primary purpose, to carry its message to alcoholics who still suffer. 6. An AA group ought never endorse, finance, or lend the AA name to any related facility or outside enterprises, lest problems of money, property, and prestige divert us from our primary purpose. 7. Every AA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. 8. Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. 9. AA as such ought never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. 10. Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues, hence the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. 11. Our public relation policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. 12. Anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. That's the one I always get tongue-tied on. So we are on Tradition 8. It's page 166. Tradition 8. Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. Alcoholics Anonymous will never have a professional class. We have gained some understanding of the ancient word, freely ye have received, freely give. We have discovered that at the point of professionalism, money and spirituality do not mix. Almost no recovery from alcoholism has ever been brought about by the world's best professionals, whether medical or religious. We do not decry professionalism in other fields, but we accept the sober fact that it does not work for us. Every time we have tried to professionalize our 12th step, the result has been exactly the same. One single purpose has been defeated. Alcoholics simply will not listen to a paid 12th stepper almost from the beginning. We have been positive that face-to-face work with the alcoholic who suffers could be based only on the desire to help and be helped. When an AA talks for money, whether at a meeting or to a single newcomer, it can have a very bad effect on him too. The money motive compromises him and everything he says and does for his prospect. This has always been so obvious that only a very few AAs have ever worked the 12th step for free or for a fee. Despite the certainty, it is nevertheless true that few subjects have been the cause of more contention within our fellowship than professionalism. Caretakers who swept floors, cooks who fried hamburgers, secretaries in offices, authors writing books. All these we have seen hotly assailed because they were, as their critics angrily remarked, making money out of AA, ignoring the fact that these, as AA professionals, the fact that these labors were not 12-step jobs at all. The critics attacked that as AA professionals, these workers of ours who were often doing thankless tasks that no one else could or would do. Even greater furors were provoked when AA members began to run rest homes and farms for alcoholics. When some hired out to corporations as professional men in charge of the alcoholic problem in industry. When some became nurses on alcoholic wards, when others entered the field of alcohol education, in all these instances and more, it was claimed that AA knowledge and experience were being sold for money. Hence, these people too were professionals. At last, however, a plain line of cleavage could be seen between professionalism and non-professionalism. When we had agreed that the 12th step couldn't be sold for money, we had been wise. But when we had declared that our fellowship couldn't hire service workers, nor could any AA member carry our knowledge into other fields, we largely dispelled. Oh, we were taking the counsel of fear which today has been largely dispelled in the light of experience. Take the case of the club janitor and cook. If a club is going to function, it has to be habitable and hospitable. We tried volunteers who were quickly disenchanted with sweeping floors and brewing coffee 7 days a week. They just didn't show up. Even more important, an empty club couldn't answer its telephone, but it was an open invitation to a drunk on a binge who possessed a spare key, so somebody had to look after the place full time. If we hired an alcoholic, he received only what we'd have to pay a non-alcoholic for the same job. The job was not to do 12-step work. It was to make 12-step work possible. It was a service position, pure and simple. Neither could AA itself function without full-time workers. At the foundation and intergroup offices, we couldn't employ non-alcoholics as secretaries. We had to have people who knew the AA pitch, but the minute we hired them, the ultra-conservative and fearful ones shrilled professionalism. At one period, the status of these faithful servants was almost unbearable. They weren't asked to speak at AA meetings because they were making money out of AA at times. They were actually shunned by fellow members. Even the charitable disposed described them as an necessary evil. Committees took full advantage of this attitude to disperse their salaries. They could remain some measure of virtue, it was thought, if they worked for AA real cheap. These notions persisted for years. Then we saw that if a hard-working secretary answered the phone dozens of times a day, listened to 20 wailing wives, arranged hospitalizations, and got sponsorship for 10 newcomers, and was gently diplomatic with the irate drunk who complained about the job she was doing and how she was overpaid, then such a person could surely not be called a professional AA. She was not professionalizing the 12th step. She was just making it possible. She was helping to give the man coming in the door the break he ought to have. Volunteer committeemen and assistants could be of great help, but they could not be expected to carry this load day in and day out. At the foundation, the same story repeats itself. Eight tons of books and literature per month do not package and channel themselves all over the world. Sacks of letters on every conceivable AA problem, ranging from a lonely heart Eskimo to the growing pains of thousands of groups, must be answered by people who know. Sorry, I lost my spot. Anyway, right contacts with the word outside have to be maintained. AA's lifelines have to be tended. So we hire AA staff members who pay them well, and they earn what they get. They are professional secretaries, but they certainly are not professional AA. Perhaps the fear will always lurk in every AA heart that one day our name will be exploited by somebody for real cash. Even the suggestion of such a thing never fails to whip up a hurricane, and we have discovered that hurricanes and the unjust. Sorry, I skipped some of it. Hurricanes have a way of mauling with equal severity both the just and the unjust. They are always unreasonable. No individuals have been more buffed by such emotional gusts than those AAs bold enough to accept employment with outside agencies dealing with the alcohol problem. A university wanted an AA member to educate the public on alcoholism. A corporation wanted a professional man familiar with the subject. A state drunk farm wanted a manager who could really handle invarities. A city wanted an experienced social worker who understood what alcohol could do to a family. A state alcohol commission wanted a paid researcher. These are only a few of the jobs which AA members as individuals have been asked to fill. Now and then AA members have bought farms or rest homes where badly beat up toppers could find needed care. The question was, sometimes still is, are such activities to be branded as professionalism under AA tradition? We think the answer is no. Members who select such full-time careers do not professionalize AA 12 step. 12 step. The road to this conclusion was long and rocky. At first, we couldn't see the real issue involved. In former days, the moment an AA hired out to such enterprises, he was immediately tempted to use the name Alcoholics Anonymous for publicity or money-raising purposes. Drunk farms, educational ventures, state legislators, and commissioners advised the fact that AA members served them unthinkingly. AAs so employed recklessly broke anonymity to thump the tub for their pet enterprise. For this reason, some very good causes and all connected with them suffered unjust criticism from AA groups. More often than not, these onslaughts were spearheaded by the cry, professionalism. That guy is making money out of AA, yet not a single one of them had been hired to do AA's 12-step work. The violation is, in these instances, was not professionalism at all. It was breaking anonymity. AA's sole purpose was being compromised, and the name of Alcoholics Anonymous was being misused. It is significant now that almost no AA in our fellowship breaks anonymity at the public level. That nearly all these fears have subsided. We see that we have no right or need to discourage AAs who wish to work as individuals in these wider fields. It would be actually antisocial were we to forbid them. We cannot declare AA such a closed corporation that we keep our knowledge and experience to top secret. If an AA member acting as a citizen can become a better researcher, educator, professional officer, then why not? Everybody gains and we have lost nothing. True, some of the projects to which AAs have attached themselves have been ill-conceived, but that makes not the slightest difference with the principle involved. This is the exciting welter of events which has finally cast up AA's tradition of non-professionalism. Our 12th step is never to be paid for, but those who labor in service for us are worthy of their hire. I'm not a professional. I've never claimed to be a professional. I am an alcoholic that has received this gift for free and giving it for free. There's a difference between being a paid AA, just like it says. I'm not paid by AA. But if I decided to go into becoming a social worker or any profession that will deal with alcoholics, that is okay. Because I have the experience of being the alcoholic and I know what it's like. I know how it feels. I know how you feel when you first decide you want to get sober. I know how you feel when you end up going back out again. I know how it feels to work the steps and be in this program. And if I decided to become a professional, something that would use AA, why not? I mean, that's helping more. And that would be my profession, is helping the other person while using my own knowledge of the 12-step work. I'm not a professional at any of it. I don't want to be a professional at it because I'm still an AA member. I still do AA 12 steps. I still work on my daily living of being a sober alcoholic. Without AA, and why I give it so freely to everybody and here on the internet, because I can get it everywhere from here. It's just simply because I got this wonderful gift for free, and why not share it with the next person who still suffers? Somebody that needs a sponsor. Somebody that needs somebody to listen to them. You never know when that's all that they need is somebody to encourage them, like I needed. I needed that at the time that I got it, and I am so very thankful for that friend of mine. But without going to AA, I would probably not be here today. I probably would not be here on Earth today. Because when I was in my active alcoholism, I did have those scary thoughts. And when I got sober, the first time I was about to lose everything. Everything. I mean everything. My kids, my husband, my home, everything. But the second time when I got sober and I found AA, I had to walk away from my family. I had to walk away from my friends. I had to, my husband, my youngest, was with me. But I had to leave myself. I had to leave the alcoholic part of me behind. And getting sober, I did that part on my own. I did my detox myself. I did all of those. I had the worst time detoxing. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It sucks. It sucks royally. But I can tell you, it is so worth every single day that I have been sober. Whether it's been a good day or a bad day, I'm thankful I am sober. And without the 12-step work, I probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be telling you that, we do need those people employed by the professionals to do their work in those settings. Because, sometimes they wait until after they get sober to find their passion in helping others in, the professional way of helping them find sobriety. And sometimes that's what somebody needs. And sometimes it is an alcoholic, or most times it is the alcoholic that can actually reach out to somebody and help them the way they need to be helped. So we have to know what we're talking about, what we're doing, and how to work the steps, and know the traditions, and reassure people that, help is there. It's always there. It doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. It's here. It's in rooms. It's on ships. It's everywhere. Um, it's on your phone. I mean, you can get your 12 steps and everything right there on the phone. And you can find meetings on your phone. You can pull up uh, daily reflections, AA books, you name it, you can find it on the phone. That's what I like about technology is if I'm in a town that I don't know and I want to go to a meeting, I can look it up and see if there is one, which I have done. But that's sometimes what you have to do is look it up, find a meeting, find your people that, can help you with your thinking, and help you realize that you don't want to continue that alcoholic part of your life and become sober. And I really need to go to an actual meeting, but not for right now. I have work stressing me out. Oh, getting to me. People are getting to me. No, I'm not going to drink. I've gotten where I can deal with it pretty good. Deal with the stress and all of that without going back out there. Because back out there to that alcohol, no way, no thank you. I like me now. I didn't like me back then. I'm just glad to be sober. I'm gonna read the Serenity, read the daily reflection, and then say a prayer. That's all. Lightning, the burden. Lightning, not lightning. Lightning. Showing others who suffer how we were given help is the very thing which makes life seem so worthwhile to us now. The dark past is the key to life and happiness for others. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 124. Since I've been sober, I have been healed of many pains. Deceiving my partner, deserting my best friend, and spoiling my mother's hopes for my life. In each case, someone in the program told me of a similar problem, and I was able to share what happened to me. When my story was told, both of us got up with lighter hearts. Truth. All right. Thank you guys for being here, even though it's only Lily. If you're watching the replay, just know you're not alone, and there is help out there. And please, if you want to get sober, make the call. Reach out to someone. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. Meeting's over, Cheryl. You missed it. Love you all. Be safe out there. Stay sober.